Good morning, everyone. This is Frankie Serenelli from Serenelli and Associates. I'm coming to you from my office basement, which is also where my wife and I teach first and fourth grade English languages and mathematics. Under the current situation, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what has been going on in Congress and what is in this economic stimulus package that is coming out, also known as the CARES Act, that was passed on Friday afternoon in the House of Representatives and signed late in the day by Donald Trump, has been signed into effect. So before I go over some key details in the package, it's very important to know that we are disseminating the information that is given to us at this current time. There's many professionals going through this bill. We're trying to get the information out to the public as soon as we have answers and as soon as we can decipher what is actually in the bill and how it affects each taxpayer individually. So we're working with the information that has been provided to us as of today, as of date. Okay. So to start, I briefly want to take a look at the economic stimulus checks that are going out, as I feel that that's going to be the biggest impact to our individual tax basis and individual Americans on a whole. The checks are supposedly going out within the next few weeks, meaning in the beginning of April. So the way it works is you're going to receive an economic stimulus check based on your 2018 tax return if you have not filed a 2019 tax return. The amount that you're going to get is based upon your AGI, which is your adjusted gross income from those tax returns. Okay. For an individual taxpayer, the maximum credit or check that you're going to receive is $1,200. There is a phase out amount on that. The phase out is between your AGI between $75,000 and $99,000. So what that means is that if you make $75,000 or less and you are a single individual, you will receive the full $1,200. If you are in between the 75 and 99, it will be incrementally phased out. And if you are over the $99,000, you will not receive any of the economic stimulus check package. You're considered highly compensated and high earner, so you won't receive any of that. That's under the CARES bill. Also, if you are married filing jointly, the maximum payment is $2,400 is what you will receive. The phase out on that will be between $150,000 and $198,000, meaning if you make $150,000 or less, you will receive the full $2,400 payment or credit, and phasing out at $198,000. Okay, you're also could be eligible for $500 more of a credit per child that you claim on your return under the age of 17 that are a qualifying child. There is a link with a calculator provided to us by Forbes on our website. You can go there, you can put in what your AGI is, tell them whether you were married, single, and whether you had children and how many, and it's calculates what your check or payment will be. The link is on our website. It is www.serenellicpa.com. It's also important to know that these checks are based on your 2020 taxes. Okay, so what that means is that it's a credit that's being issued for your 2020 income. So let's say if your 2018 or 2019, when you filed those tax returns, income is under the threshold, okay, you will receive the full payment of the $2,400 or the $1,200 based on your 2018 or 2019 income tax. When you file your 2020 tax return, as of this moment, you will not have to pay that back if your 2020 income goes up and you phase out of the credit. Okay, that is as of this time. If you didn't qualify for the credit because your 2018 or 2019 AGI was over the threshold or somewhere in between, you will qualify for it when you file your 2020 tax return in the beginning of 2021. Okay, so you will qualify for the credit and you will receive the credit at that time. Okay, again, all this information is on our website, and you can visit it there. I do want to talk more about what they're doing for small businesses and how they're trying to combat what has happened inside of the small business industry under the wake of this COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so if your business was impacted by the COVID-19, you qualify for assistance in the form of an SBA loan, okay, that is also going to be converted into grants, okay? So what that means is that you won't have to pay the loan back if you meet the qualified criteria and guidelines. So who qualifies for this is any business with less than 500 employees is eligible for the loan. All states and territories are qualifying for the loan. Self-employed individuals, independent contractors, sole proprietors are all eligible for the loan. So how the loan works is the loan is forgivable, meaning, again, it does not have to be paid back during what is called a covered period. Okay, so the covered period is an 8-week period that was chosen by owners of the lending agency, okay, by business owners of the lending agency. So the qualified period is between February 15th, 2020 and June 30th, 2020, okay? So the total amount of the forgivable loan is 2.5 times the business's monthly operating costs, okay? So here's what's included in that 2.5 times for you to do the calculation is the 2.5 times of your business monthly operating costs is inclusive of employee payroll, employee health care, mortgage payments, rent payments, and utility payments, and some debt payments are included. So that's a lot to cover under the operating costs. So again, it's going to be 2.5 times those operating costs is what would qualify under the grant portion of this loan. Okay. I want to dive a little bit deeper into the payroll coverage because I think that's where a lot of the questions are going to be concerning this SBA loan / grant. The payroll cost for an employee cannot be more than $33,333 in a month, which means that's the equivalent salary of $100,000 annually. Okay, so it can't be over that amount. It's everybody that qualifies up to that amount. So another question I think everyone is going to have, so what if my business had to lay off employees during the time covered period? The forgivable amount of the loan will be reduced proportionately. So what that means is that if you had to lay people off, let's say you had to lay off 50% of your workforce during this covered period, then the portion being reduced by the credit would be 50% of your salaries and wages that you have calculated for the 2.5 months. Proportionately, it would be the same thing if you only laid off 25% of your workforce. It would be 25% of the loan would be reduced, the payback. Okay. Another big thing is if you hire all employees back at their full salary by June 30th, okay, so this is if you have laid people off prior to this date or you have laid people off now because we're slow at work, you weren't sure what was going on, you had to close your doors, and you did have to lay people off, you can bring them back and restore them to their full salary by June 30th, and if you do that by June 30th, then none of the reduction of the loan will occur. Okay, so you can use the full calculation. The best guess that they have given us under Congress is that these loans will be up and available within 2 weeks. That seems awfully fast. There is a link on our website to the SBA website. They are telling us, though, do not wait to file these SBA loan applications. Okay, they are on a first-come, first-served basis. The limited funding of $349 billion has been applied to this SBA loan portion of this entire CARES Act bill. So do not wait to file it if you think you qualify for it. File for the SBA loan, do the calculation, and file for the loan appropriately for what you will get the grant for. I know everyone's going to have a lot of questions. We're preparing to try and answer them as the best we can as the information comes out to us. So please bear with us as we're trying to get our bearings and try and take deeper dives into what is actually in this entire bill. And we know more and more on a daily basis as the information is provided to us. And we will be able to answer whatever questions or try to help you answer as best we can the questions that you do have. Again, all of this information is on our website at www.serenellicpa.com. And please, from our families to yours, please stay healthy and stay safe.